Hi everyone, this is Sam from Booredatwork.com, and today we're taking a look at the Tritton Kunai, which is the latest headset from Mad Catz, specifically for the PlayStation 3 and PS Vita. Now, what this touts right now, what basically the features on here are basically, let's say, separate volume controls for the headset, as well as separate volume controls for the microphone. It also has a 14 feet cable, and it's touts, as all headset touts, that it's ergonomic as well. Well, let's take a look at exactly what's in the box. I'm gonna put that open, cut that open. Difficult to slide this out. Alright, slide this out, that side. Over here. Not the easiest to open box, I think. Here we go. This right here, the detachable microphone. Instruction manual. Just caution. Little sticker. Okay. This is the actual headset. Now this is very odd the way this is locked in here. Very unusual, but try to pull that out. Well, I don't know why anyone would actually lock this in a way that basically might cause you to rip out the padding when you're taking it out. It's a very unusual kind of boxing, I think. Slide this all out. Now this is your 14-foot speaker control and USB power cable, and also your connectors to your PS3 or PS Vita. And this is your 3.5mm jack. And that's it. There's nothing else in here. Well, as you can tell, the boxing is pretty solid. So I guess it protects the device during shipping pretty well. Just kind of difficult opening this up, but apart from that, it's a pretty solid boxing. Now, I put all these aside. You can see the device itself is it's a pretty standard. Just on its own, it's a pretty standard headset. You have your left and your right air cans. You have a 3.5mm jack. This apparently is not wireless. However, when you need to have online chat, you can always connect the headset. And there you have a complete, basically, online chatting system with a speaker headset. I've had a chance to actually take a look at this and actually use it for about a day now, and it's actually a really solid build. It's very plasticky, but that makes it really kind of light. You really don't feel too much pressure in your head when you use it. Now the headphones, the left and the right speakers, actually kind of fold in for actual easy flat storage, but that really doesn't make it very portable per se. Now, removing the speakers, it's pretty easy, but you have to make sure that when you're trying to use the speakers, you actually jam it in there. It's you have to make sure that it's jammed. Exactly, it's jammed all the way in. Otherwise, you wouldn't get clear sound. Now, what I can say about the call quality on this is pretty much on par with a lot of other headsets I've used, especially when I was making voice calls. The 3.5 millimeter jack actually lends it to being used on not just your PS3 but also on your PC, cell phone, tablet, whatever you have, MP3 player. You can make a list. Now, the one complaint I really have about this is basically we have this one cable which the 3.5 millimeter jack plugs into. Now, when you plug it in here, you have the option of a USB connection or your RCA connections. Your RCA connections over here. Now, the one problem with this is, at least the one problem for me aesthetically with this, is they're all part of this one cable. Now, if you decide that you want to use a USB connection, what happens is you have this cable just dangling on the side of it in front of your piece, in front of your PlayStation. If you choose to use your RCA connection, that would probably be at the rear side of your PS3, and you wouldn't have that issue with your USB cable. Now, I would prefer that these were split into two separate cables, and it doesn't necessarily have to be 14 feet. It would be better if this was actually kind of wireless, but for $59.99 you really cannot ask for much. Now, at a price point basically at a price point of $59.99, as I just mentioned, this is really a steal. This is really a great buy. You're not spending the $199 to almost $399 in some headsets. You're actually getting a pretty solid headset. Yes, it is wired, but it is 14 feet of cable that you actually get with this, so you're not going to be too restricted. However, if you're looking for something that you can basically just, you know, get up from playing a game and walk around the house while listening to music, you really aren't going to get 100% of mobility with a corded device. Overall, there's really not much you can complain about when you talk about the Tritton Kunai. This is a well-built device. It's a well-built headset. Sound quality is great. The microphone quality is pretty amazing. I had no complaints from basically whoever I was speaking to at the other end of the call. So overall, I say this is really it's a pretty it's a good buy. I'll put it that way. It is a good buy. Now, this has been Sam from Booredatwork.com. Enjoy your entertainment.